Good afternoon, Gossip Talk Shows. It's Nomsa here at Gossip Talk Shows. Find your own voice, lead from within. So I'm on my own today, guys, and today we are talking about when you are ready to take a break from dating, but God has other plans. Have you ever been in that situation where you decide, you know what, I'm gonna take a break from dating. Maybe you've had a heartbreak, a painful heartbreak, or whatever that might be. But then you decide, uh, you know what? I'm going to embrace my singleness. And then out of nowhere, God has other plans for you. So today I'm going to share the stories, or we're going to talk about how to embrace, to go with the flow. Life is full of uh, joy, full of divine. When divine encounter enters your life, you just have to be ready. So I'm just gonna cover all those things. How not to question the universe, how not to question God, because sometimes I'm not sure, guys, about you guys. I've had plans that I written goals and make these plans, and I get excited that you know what, my life is gonna go like this, things are gonna be like this, and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, but things don't go according to that plan. So if you guys, you know, Jeremiah 29, verse 11, the plans, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, the plans to prosper you, and you not to harm you, plans to give you hope and future. So that scripture, it shows that sometimes we might have this, like you might have plans, like, you know what, I've had a bad experience in dating, or simply you might say, you know what, I'm gonna marry myself for 6 months, or for 1 year, or for 3 years, or 2 years, or I'm just gonna enjoy the fun, I'm just gonna go with the flow, I'm just not going to worry about anything. I'm just going to enjoy being on my own because I'm so happy. You know, when you find healing, you can do anything that you desire in life. But then when you make all those plans, and then God has the other plans for, for you, because He knows what you've been through, knows the pain that you have gone through. He knows your desires, and then um he knows your desires and everything. Hope I am live. Could you please be respectful and not make any noise, please? Sorry, guys. My daughter, she's at home, and when she's at home, she actually likes to make some noise. Shut the door. So the plans that I have for you, God always has plans for us. And sometimes the plans it might not be what we expect, and then we might start questioning whether we're doing the right thing, or um, whatever that might be. And you might be really, really happily single and taking a break from dating scene. You may like saying, you know what, I'm gonna enjoy my hobbies, I'm gonna go out, and I'm gonna just have fun. And you have these plans that you write down, and then an unexpected chapter enters your life, and you know what happened next. Friendship blossomed to something more, something beautiful, something meaningful. But then deep down in your heart, you keep questioning that blessing, and you're like, but I thought I was gonna be single for maybe 6 months. I was gonna enjoy my singleness, or uh, to fast forward to today, I can only say that taking break from dating, for me, it was the best decision when I took a break. And but God also has planned greater plans for me. And so I love to hear, guys, your journey. If you have a story to tell, I would love to hear that. So for me, everything that I have done in my life where God has showed me that He has planned for me. My journey has taught me valuable lesson about timing, about being patient, and the beauty of unexpected connection. Sometimes when you think you are taking a break from something, life aligning everything for perfect comeback. So life will be aligning with whatever is going on. So just the unexpected. So unexpected, I call it unexpected arrival. It's a world, love is a world when God has a purpose for you or has plans for you, like, and you are like, I'm going to take a break, like maybe 6 months, or and then God guys is like, taking a break, it's gonna happen now. And then you find yourself, your life is filled with unexpected twist, divine encounters, and a love story written in the stars. And if you have ever experienced that, guys, please, I love to hear your love story, because I know that there is someone out there who has had love taking the lead when they have these plans that they have. And then, but then love comes in and it takes the lead in your life. So if you have ever had that encounter, please do share your story. You can share your story on my social media, or you can share your story by email. If you go to my website, my email is there, or simply you can request to have an interview with me. So I love to do that. When love takes the lead, is very, very important. And when the destiny unfolds to the unexpected, and what we thought was challenge, and then it becomes the joy. So it's very, very important to have that open mind and expect the unexpected, to navigate the challenges of single worlds, and the unexpected encounters with the mysterious stranger that sets the stage for divine intervention. So there is power. So I just want you guys to know that whatever we do in life, there is power in the blood of Jesus. God can do anything. When God chooses you for a miracle, you cannot question it. When He chooses you and say, "Okay, you've been single, and I'm gonna uh, give you a miracle." When He chooses to give you a miracle, you cannot question it, and you cannot. Sometimes there are some people who questions their blessings to say, "Wow, do I really deserve this? Is this really happening?" Sometimes, yeah, miracles do happen. Very often they do happen. I've had miracles in my life happening. So, and I just hope that you guys, when a miracle, when God gives you a husband that you've been waiting for, a wife that you've been waiting for, your spouse that you have ever wished for, and just accept it instead of questioning the miracles. So I hope that uh, you guys understand the divine and the power of the divine. When your world is shaped with the beauty, and when God gives you that miracle, so it's very, very important to actually um, be aware. That's why when I say actually, whatever you do in life, you should be always in the present moment. There are some people I've noticed people like sometimes I pass through them, I know them, because I can see that they're in a different world. They're not in the present. They are somewhere else. Sometimes I don't say hello. I just let them continue in that moment. So it's very, very important to always be in the present moment so you don't miss out your blessings, or you don't miss out the divine encounter with God when He actually comes in and reshaping your life, and so that you are ready. And so sometimes I've had people telling me stories saying, Nomsa, I've gone to a coffee shop, noticed that there was a seat that is vacant by the window. I go and sit there, see the sunlight through the window with the beautiful view. And then so this person told me their story that then they go and they say to their into that cozy corner and preparing to actually list themselves in the pages of a novel, or sometimes they just go and order a steak. Little did they know that the quiet reading time was about to be interrupted by a stranger with a captivating smile. And this stranger sat across to that person, and they introduce themselves like, this is the person that oh, my name is this. And and this person, when they introduced themselves, and this person smiled back, and they didn't even question, why is this stranger talking to me? They just find themselves like passing um, the conversation flowing effortlessly, and without really questioning, why am I talking to this guy that is a stranger? And this person could not shake their feelings that their meeting was no mere coincidence, as they exchange stories and laughter and a sense of familiarity, like they've met before, and everything just blossomed between them as though they were like reconnecting after eons apart. So that is a beautiful story. And this guy apparently shared his tale of his own unexpected detours in life, and each twist and turn resonated with this girl, and their journey was actually connected. They both decided to connect, but when they were connected, both single, and they didn't know what's gonna happen, and they just have this open. Uh, they just things just happen when God is at work, is at work. So they 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 just happen, and this girl just happened to say, you know what, this is my unexpected person, unexpected gift. So I'm just gonna accept this person in my life, and I don't know why they are here anyway, whether it's a relationship. And this girl did not think about a relationship at the time. They just because I remember when somebody makes a decision that, you know what, I'm going to be single, they stick to that in their mind. So they they just but this guy had something in mind because he liked the girl. So he was telling the girl, and the girl was feeling the same, but at the same time, it felt like, you know what, she felt like um she she was questioning it. She was happy that this guy entered her life, but at the same time she was questioning it, until she actually decided to surrender to him and just say, you know what, let's do this. And the guy was like, we are doing this, aren't we? And they're like, yes, let's do it. So they just decided to do it. So it's very, very important that when we meet, when we actually, the art of surrender, letting love in, to understand that part, in the working of divine encounter at the coffee shop, at that moment when these two met, when they find themselves in the crossroad, standing on the precipice of this new chapter of their lives. They didn't know that both of them were going to meet each other, but they both resonated with each other. The words and in their thoughts, they were guiding each other towards exploitation about of the profound art of surrender, and they also understood the delicate dance of letting love in. When every time when I'm talking, I talk about a dance your dance, a sing your own song. When I talk about that, it means we make our own decisions. We walk in our own path. We dance our own dance, the rhythm of life. The life gives us the rhythm. We respond to that rhythm, how we want to respond to that dance, the rhythm. When when in the music play, you can choose the dance step, that how you want to actually dance the dance move, so you can choose it. So life is like that. Where every time when I say dance your own dance, sing your own song, so it's like that. When the rhythm of life, when there's a divine encounter, or even when it's just like life is just normal, you have to choose your own music. You have to choose your own dance. So this person, they chose to actually respond to that rhythm of life when they knew that 6 months, they wanted to wait to be single for 6 months without meeting anybody. But God had other plans. And when he had other plans for them, for those, the people, and they understood what it means to surrender, allowing the current of life to guide them rather than steering their own shape. So two of them allowed the rhythm of life to actually take them to where life wanted to take them. Um, so it's very, very important when you actually go through all this surrendering to the process, because we don't know what the future holds when it comes to life. No one knows the future, and only God knows what he has planned for us. And we might have an idea of our goals, what we want to achieve and stuff, but truth be told, it's him that knows our destiny. It's him that knows um, what the today will be like, what tomorrow will be like, what next week is going to look like. So it's him. So you have to surrender, understand the transformative power of surrendering to love and the universe grand design. Universe grand design, God created the universe. So he knows how our life, how our story is going to uh, is the path, how it's gonna look like. And so it's important to understand and then embrace your vulnerability at the same time, and opening one's heart to the unexpected. Open your heart to the unexpected, regardless of um, the story, regardless of whatever life might bring or whatever might go on in life. Just be open your heart to possibilities. And it's very, very important. The idea of surrendering, I like the idea of surrendering. And the idea of surrendering is not a weakness. It's a courageous, it's being courageous. It's a courageous act of trust. So when you actually go open to opportunities, uh, it's like you're ready to dance your dance. And when you are ready to dance your dance, it means letting go of preconceived notion and allowing the rhythm of life to guide your steps. And that is important. That's why I always say dance your dance, because you have to be ready. If you learn to dance your dance, that means always you are alert to let the rhythm of life take you to where your destiny needs to be, not to question it. And that's the art of surrender, realizing that you are not giving up, but you are embracing your journey, the unknown, with open arms. And I love that. I love when God does miracles, when God gives miracles, and when I have to, I like the unknown. I just love when when I don't know where I'm going, but I'm gonna go anyway. So that is the beauty about life, where we have this encounter with God, where we have these plans that were plans like, oh, this is my tomorrow is gonna be this, or tomorrow I'm gonna be this. But then he comes in and then he says, I am the God of Elijah. I am Jehovah El Shaddai. I am Jehovah Yahweh. I am God of Israel. I am God of Abraham. You name it, the list goes on. And when he shows you that, when he shows you, and then you're like, okay, God, I'm ready for this. I'm always ready. So are you always ready for miracles? There's a divine encounter. It happens all the time. So you have to be aware of it. You have to be alert, and you have to be in the present moment, and you have to be somebody that is open to possibilities of love. It's like somebody, let's say, um, uh, maybe you're working, and maybe you get sacked at work, and that job is the job that basically pay the bills. And when you get sacked at that moment, what do? Would you just walk away, or would you protest? I tell you guys, what I've learned about life is when life gives me challenges, I don't challenge back. All I say, God, I don't know where I'm going right now, but all I ask is take over this burden, this challenge that is presented itself in my life. Take it over, because I don't think actually I can carry it on my own. And so that's what I do. So that is life. So what I'm trying to say is, if you are somebody who has made plans that, you know what, this year is gonna look like, and this is how this year, and you've written goals, and you've made plans, and you've done everything, that this is how my life is going to be, and this is how things are going to be. But at the end of the day, there is God, that He has plans as well. So you have to have an open heart. If you are somebody who is single out there, this story, it tells you that if you are a single woman or a single man, have an open heart. Wherever you go, be in the present moment. Meditate at home and pray. Um, when you meditate, and make sure that you are in the present moment. And when you go out, be alert, because opportunities might present itself your way. So when they do, you don't want to say, I'm not ready, because we are never ready for anything. But those who succeed is those who are able to say yes. So when a relationship comes your way, be ready to say yes. I am ready. Even if your plans were to get into a relationship in 6 months' time, in a year's time, but then God, it happens that God has other plans for you. Just have an open heart. If that person is your type, and be in mind that God, sometimes if you are somebody who dated this sort of type of a person, God can present you with a different type. So instead of questioning, just try to find out why that person is entered your life, and enjoy the process, embrace the relationship if it is a relationship, and without questioning it as well. And that is the power of surrendering. And when a strange smile, a strange person enters your life, cherish that gift, and know that the world is vibrating. Love appears for a reason. It doesn't appear for us to reject it. It's not that it does not just bring a romantic notion, but a force. It brings a force woven into the tapestry of everyday life. So he might bring, when divine encounter happens, 3 months, he might bring a man within 3 months, or a woman, you'll be married, and all these things. So it requires you to be alert, and also it requires you to actually acceptance in order to let that divine encounter of love enter your life. Acceptance of imperfection. Know that we are not perfect. A release of expectations, a release your expectations, and a willingness to be vulnerable, and a journey of self-discovery, as much as it is, and the mystery one as well, a mysterious connection as well. So it shows that God can transform your life, and all you have to do is learn to navigate, and navigate, be delicate, and retrain of surrender. So that's all you need to know when the art unfolds. Um, it doesn't unfold when God give you divine. It doesn't unfold as that divine. It does not unfold as a destination, because it's a continuous process. It's a dance, the unknown, promises that can lead you closer to the heart of love and the divine design that awaits for you. So that's what it's about. That's what you need to know, that you know what, when adventure of self-discovery enters your life, just embrace it. It's an adventure in self-discovery. When God put a divine encounter into your life, you can find yourself transforming your life, and you can find part the unfolding like an irritated maze. So with every twist, every turn revealing the hidden face of your being that had long remained dormant. So you just need to be aware of, alert for taking step on your adventure that God present to you. It's very, very important to know that we deserve this encounter every now and then. We deserve to allow ourselves the freedom to explore the realms of creativity and self-expression. Whether is it picking a paintbrush, or dancing under the moonlight, or immersing yourself in the world of literature, every adventure for you becomes a mirror of reflecting in depths of your soul. So, meaning that everything that we do in life, we have to be ready for for the moving forward. So you cannot delay your life. You know, the billionaires, the difference between the millionaires, uh, people who are living in poverty, and millionaires and billionaires. Billionaires, they're always ready to say yes to an opportunity. They never ever deny or question the miracle. When miracle comes, they are like, oh, miracle. They just grab it. So it's very, very important uh, to be aware, and also challenge your beliefs as well, because beliefs can hold us back. I mostly meditate. and prayer, meditating prayer, self-reflection. When you do that, you will begin to actually unravel the layers of conditioning, uncovering the authentic essence that lay beneath. So when I'm saying like in our subconscious mind, there are layers of unconditioning. There are layers of conditioning, sorry, there are layers in our subconscious mind. There are layers of conditioning. So you then have to discover when you meditate every day in the Word of God, when you are uncovering your authenticity, and the essence of what lay beneath, uh, it's amazing when you allow that to happen. Mostly it's allowing yourself to dance your own dance. It's allowing the adventure of discovery to extend beyond the solitary pursuits, and the connection that is connected to diverse soul, engaging in conversation with people, allowing people to enter your life, and sometimes it can challenge your perspective. But if you are somebody who is like, okay, I accept my encounter with divine encounter, and then you begin to discover things that you have never acknowledged about yourself, or the things that you've never really thought about life it could be. So at the same time, when God gives you a divine encounter, you could be like presented with fears. Is this real or is it a dream? And insecurities, be presented with the insecurities, questioning everything. Is it real? And but if you really want to be courageous, take that journey and embrace your vulnerability, and make a conscious decision to embrace both the light and the shadow within. That's life. Confront your inner demons. We all have demons within. Discover a survivor, your strength, reserve of your strength, resilience that fuels your request for self-love. So that is very, very important. The adventure of self-discovery is it comes with challenges in life. It comes with the discomfort of change, and it comes with at that moment you faced with moment of uncertainty. Yet, an obstacle in your life can become a stepping stone, propelling you towards a more profound understanding of true self and the future. So it's very, very important when life unfolds to a deeper, 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 deeper level. It's important to actually be ready through challenges, triumph, and to embrace all the stages of love that transcend boundaries of self and another. So it's very, very important through life twists and turns. Life has twists and turns. So it's very, very important when you have problems or whatever you go through in life, never stay there for a very long time. The reason why it's important not to stay to problems for a long time is because when you really want to find the grace and navigating its twists and turns, dancing your own dance, the dance, understanding the dance of existence unfolded with the rhythm that mirrored the beating of your heart. Each steps in life has a meaning. Guys, those who don't know, each steps in your life has a meaning. It's part of divine symphony. that orchestrating your journey. So every step that we take, every disappointment that we go through in life has a meaning in life. It teaches us something. Every rejection that we go through life, it has a meaning. So it's important when you're being rejected, when you're being or you're being judged, it's important to keep moving. Because when you stay in that lane, you know what, this person is judging me. They're judging you for a reason. God wants you to be amazing. He does not want you to be preparing something for you. So all you need to do is just to stay focused, stay in your rhythm of life, dance your own dance, and sing your own song. It's very, very, very important. That's what life is about. Life brings a twist and turns. And when they are presented themselves, and anything can image that moment. When there's twists and turns, career opportunities can merge, love can merge, challenges, then they'll come. But then when those challenges is up to you, they need to actually realize, are these challenges or is just God preparing something for me? If you don't believe in God, God is the universe, the universe is God, God is the earth, earth is God, is the creator of the earth, earth is God. So when all those things, when all these things, when beauty is presented to you, so you have to be prepared. Life, life's romantic overtunes. It can play a harmonious tunes, and God continue, God continues to surprise you, and the rhythm of life is a beautiful life. So you just have to embrace your true authenticity and accept that connection. Let the connection blossom in the dance floor of the companionship. Give it a space for shared laughter. Give the other person opportunity to share, to tears together, to go through tears and waving of enduring bonds and just bond between each other instead worrying about the twins and the twist and turns always meet with perfect steps. But you have to be aware of your stumblings, the moment faced in that moment of uncertainty and encountered. When you encounter those challenges and when your life is being tested, and you'll find a new profound resilience and discover the beauty of imperfection and the strength that comes with it. Embrace the dance, even in the face of uncertainty. Uh, the reason why I'm saying embrace it is because sometimes people they don't enjoy life when miracles are presented to them. They question the miracles. We are allowed to question God and say, God, is that really you? So it's very, very important to enjoy your dance. And in order for God to actually bless you and to be in that space where you receive your divine encounter, you have to be in a good place, like friends, surround yourself with good friends, surround yourself with people that help you to build a good foundation in your life. So that's very, very important. And very important to be in the present moment, embrace your true authenticity. It's very, very important to actually allow love instead of thinking about challenges that you've gone through before. Let God be God. Let him bless you. And um, the concept of love is a big thing. Love is a big thing. Really, really big thing. But at the same time, it's a journey, it's a destination. It's a destination and a journey at the same time. When journey unfolds into your life, the details and that filled with the conversation, that filled with the moments of quiet and understanding, moments of joy, it's very, very important to be ready to design your own life. Instead of find yourself questioning your miracles, your divine encounter, just enjoy it. Life is not perfect either. It's not confined into perfection, but drive into imperfection. Let love flourish in the quakes and share your vulnerability and accept each other's flaws when you do find that divine encounter and celebrate your uniqueness and as individual and embrace the light, the shadows that comes with it, and just have fun and just let God guide you, guidance, and through their narrative witness that just realize that the universe, God designed the universe for us to enjoy it, to actually enjoy that love. And sometimes there are whispers of destination in unexpected places. Whispers of a destination is like when the dance begin, the dance of love begin, and in most unexpected places. So the universe or God can wave happiness to you, and or He can leave traces of divine intention that can actually leave you to actually wonder whether do you deserve that miracle. So it's very, very important to actually um, enjoy life, be open to love, and allow yourself uh, to dream. When we live in this world where life is so busy and we just go on YouTube, we can go on our smartphone and start scrolling on our phone and start doing whatever we want on our phone. But life is there as well. So if we understand that life is there for us to accept it, is there for us to enjoy it, then you'll be able to actually be in the present moment and grab our miracles in life. And also um, knowing that when you have a divine encounter with God, when it comes to the unexpected love, the unexpected, I don't know about you guys. Let's talk about life as a whole. And through doubt, you can find the trust. You can learn something through doubt when you are actually doubting that do I actually deserve this? Do I actually, the times where sometimes God gives me miracles or sometimes I'm doing something and a negative voice will come into my head and say, no, don't do it or don't do that. But then I have to say, no, I'm going to do it. And if I find that, um, I find that found myself dancing my own dance and dancing my own music. And tango hasn't got conflict, by the way, guys. Emotions is all when we tango, when two people are tangoing together, they are able to create the ability to trust the unseen and allow the the angels to guide you. So that's very, very important. Not to let, when God is send us a miracle, we cannot see love as a battleground. Love is love. It's not a battleground. When a new connection comes in and it all ticks all the boxes, even if you're not ready today, just go for it and trust the unknown as well. As long the person that you God is put in your way, they align with everything that you are looking for. Trust the romance. Allow yourself and allow yourself to enjoy. Allow yourself to dream and embrace the uncertainty that accompanies with the matters of the heart. It's the unknown. When love pursues you, doubt will be manifest. It doesn't matter how confident we are, but doubt, when love pursues us, doubt will always manifest. It's then up to you to actually, um, instead of questioning your authenticity of your newfound passion and you're wanting God to validate this journey where it's going, just enjoy it. And we don't allow ourselves to dream. And there are some people that really don't allow themselves to dream anymore. They're like, I don't deserve this. But if you are somebody who's like, okay, I'm gonna allow myself to dream, I'm gonna allow myself to create life, I'm gonna have an open heart to receive when I'm being given something, and I'm going to allow myself to celebrate, to have joy in my life, allow joy to enter my life. Then it is easy for romance to actually enter your life, even when you are not expecting it. And means you'll be guided by wisdom of unexpected mentors, including other people that can come your way. And so that is very, very important to dance through. Allow yourself to dance through doubts. Though challenges reveal a profound truth. Sometimes you just have to go for what God has put in place for you, and that requires you to surrender to the unknown and willingness to be vulnerable as well, and have an understanding that doubt are not adversaries, but it's a companion in the journey of your self-discovery and love. So allow that chapter to enter your life and enjoy that chapter. And when divine, when love enters your life, just accept that divine connection. Allow yourself to break away from self-doubt. And God does mysterious things in life. He knows the blueprint of life, and he knows what's going to happen tomorrow, what today is going to look like. So he knows, but nobody else knows what the day is going to look like. So all you have to do is allow yourself, allow that romance to enter your life and go above and beyond. And instead of wrestling with doubt, because instead of enjoying life, we end up battling with doubt. Whatever things we do, or sometimes you find, like, maybe let's say you are at work and you get sacked. And when you get sacked, maybe God has plans for you. There's a maybe good job that is waiting for you, and then you protest and closing the door that is open behind. So what you have to do is, what I normally do is when I'm presented with challenges, I allow myself to dream. Honestly, even when life it does not make sense, I allow myself to dream again. Meaning, I use my imagination. I keep dreaming how my life, what I desire in life. When I'm meaning in pain, it means when life it brings me challenges. In that middle of challenges, I don't focus on challenges. I do not negotiate with the negativity. I keep dreaming. I allow myself to dream. I allow myself to embrace life, which is something that is not easy. I've learned this the hard way. I've learned how the realm of the physical and the realm of the spirit, how it works. So all I do is instead of battling with doubt, self-doubt, I'm like, okay, God, this is what you want for me. I'll go for it. Hold my hands and show me the way. Where do you want to take me? Or let's say if things are not working my or maybe at work things are not working out the way I expect or friendship with the other people, if it's not working well when you find yourself with challenges, instead of wrestling and battling with people, just let it go. So that's how life works. Life works in so mysterious and mysterious ways. So when love presents itself, even if you say, I'm saying I'm going to take a break, allow it to enter your life with the right person, if it is the right person. The, God can do two things. When you say, okay, I have had problems all my life, connecting with the right people, with the right spouse, I've not really connected with the right spouse. And when you tell yourself in your heart that, I've learned a lesson, now I'm going to focus on looking after myself. I'm going to focus on selecting the right person. I'm going to put my needs first. And then in my needs, it has to align, find somebody that aligns with my destiny, my future, my desires, and link our two worlds together and have fun. So I'm going to do that. So when you make that choice, God can test that choice. He can do two things. He can bring somebody who's wrong to test you, whether you're ready, you're really, really ready to say no to problems. You'll find that some men and women, they will keep repeating the same mistake. But then the other second one is when you say, you know what, I'm no longer wanting to date for now. I just want to be free for 6 months, or I just want to be free for a year. I just want to marry myself. I want to focus on my business, or I want to focus on my job, my career, get promotion, or maybe focus on my skills, work on my skills. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to travel around the world. And God says, but I have plans for you. So then he brings this person, he brings this beautiful woman, he brings this handsome, beautiful man. Beauty comes from within, guys. What's on the inside of a person is greater than what's on the outside. Then he brings this woman that he has is beautifully inside and out, and this man that is handsome inside and out. And this man it could be your future man, your future husband, or your future wife. And then now if you're not aware of miracles, the divine encounter, you'll be like wrestling with doubt. Do I really deserve this? But I said I'm going to do this. Have an open heart and say, you know what? I'm single. I'm going to allow myself. This person is they seem very, very nice. I'm going to allow myself to get to know this person. And then allow yourself to get to know this person. And when you do allow yourself to get to know this person, and without any doubt, just enjoy every moment. Be in the present moment, not rushing things, not doing anything that is meant for you. You will know in your heart that this is meant for me. not a fantasy, but a real thing, you will know. And you don't have to try hard. You don't have to uh, fake it. You don't have to fake your authenticity or anything. You keep it real. Anything that is meant for you, you keep it real. And you don't have to, you just see a good future in it. And so things like that, it do happen, guys. Allow yourself to receive. When miracles like that, it do happen, allow yourself. And when you do allow yourself to receive um, the beauty, the light, the beauty of life, and you'll be able to move forward with life. That's why some people are successful, some people are not. It's because of fear. There are so many people in this world that could be billionaires, that could be film stars, um, they could be millionaires, they could be anything, but they are not. They're scared. Fear takes over their lives. Doubt takes over their lives. They don't want to do anything because of somebody who let them down years ago, or they don't want to do anything because of what happens in their lives. So just past, they let the past control. So don't let your past control your life. Honestly, just leave, dance, keep dancing with the rhythm of life. When life brings you disappointment, listen to the music of life. The music of life and God and the universe says, keep going. Whatever you desire in life, blessings are there. You can keep implementing, keep taking action, keep dancing your song, keep singing your own music, keep keep going. Don't be afraid of failing your relationship that failed. Don't be afraid, but keep going. Keep allowing yourself to dream. Keep allowing yourself to smile. Keep allowing yourself to feel the rhythm of life. Keep allowing yourself to dance, to connect with the world. The world is a beautiful place. People that are in it, they could be mixed. They could be people that could take advantage of your life, but they could be people that could take your life to the next level. They could be people that can bring joy into your life. They could be people that can dance tango with you, that can create that tango could become a romance. So allow yourself to receive that music of tango, the rhythm that is mixed with the beauty, with it hasn't got tears, it hasn't got sorrow, although you have gone through tears, although you have gone through sorrow, although you have gone through rejection, although you have gone through disappointment, although you have gone through uh, the unknown, and that unknown came a nightmare where you thought there were possibilities of you having joy. So keep embracing it. The music wants you to keep dancing. It wants you to keep dancing when everything that is thrown in front of you, it wants you to go to the other side. Because the other side is where the beauty of life. It wants you to be in the present moment and know that you are unique, you're beautiful, you are a handsome man. If you are out there, you think that there is nobody that can love me. There is somebody for everybody. What shape, no matter what shape you are, size 12, size 8, size 6, size 16, 20, size whatever, there is always someone for you. But you need, in order to reach them, you need to keep dancing the music. You need to be in the present moment. You need to allow yourself to dream. You need to allow yourself to receive. You need to allow yourself to enjoy that life God created this earth. He did not create it for you not to enjoy life. He created you for you so that you can have the possibilities of becoming the man or the woman that God created you to become. Part of shame wasn't part of it. But we have to go through shame anyway. Who cares? Feeling guilty wasn't part of it. Where you feel I have chosen the wrong person before, and I don't trust that if I am going to choose the right person this time. But when you believe and trust in your abilities and trust God as well at the same time, and trust that there is somebody bigger than you out there that has plans for you, and believe it. Never, ever, ever let anybody tell you that you are not beautiful or you are not handsome. Or never, ever believe when a woman says, no one will ever love you. Or a man tells you that no one will ever love you. Never believe those words. Because the words are just words. They are part of it, part of life. They are part of words that can build us or some can destroy us. So when somebody tells you negative words, you have to cancel them straight away. Say, that's your story, not mine. No matter how much pain you go through when somebody tells you the negativity, or if you are at work and somebody tells you that you are not enough, tell them that I am enough for me, I am enough for God, and there is somebody else out there that is going to find my skills and use my skills and help me to get to where I need to be. Don't wrestle, don't battle with the negativity. Some people spend time battling with the negativity, battling with the relationship, past relationships in their heart. They split up with somebody, but in their heart, that connection, it does, they don't break the connection. Break the connection. Allow yourself to live the life on earth that you deserve. And God can give you undeserving miracle. When I pray to God, I say, God, give me undeserving miracle. Give me a miracle that will shock my friends. Or sometimes if I really, really feel stuck, mindset wise, or if I feel that I need to dream, but skills, nothing is coming up in my head. I need to find the skills for this. I will just call out on God and say, God, help, give me the anointing for this. Give me the anointing. And I find that he always come through unexpected. He always come through and he never ever lets me down. When he takes time, he's on time. If it takes a year to respond to me, he will change that 1 year or 10 years, he will change it within 1 second. Everything that I thought I have lost within those years, he restores it in 1 second. So love is like that. If you are somebody who has made plans and say, you know what, I'm single, I'm not ready to date. But when love do represent itself into your life, never question it. And mostly the blessings, business opportunities is 2024. When opportunities are presented to you, don't question them. Just ask what skills, ask yourself and ask God, what skills do I need to learn in order for me to fulfill this purpose? Do I need any skills? If you do need skills, then go for it. I've gone through life, guys, where I've learned things. Sometimes with my business, I'll be doing things and maybe something that I need to achieve, and I'll be asking people, can you do this for me? And I'll stay with that, I'll communicate with that person and ask them how much they charge. But in my heart, I'm like, this does not make sense. And this person, I'll let them go ahead and do whatever they say they're going to do, and they don't do it properly. And through that disappointment, if I'm sitting in front of my computer, I always find a solution, guys. Honestly, I always find a solution where I find myself, if I'm not an engineer, or if I'm not this, and something will just say, press that. And I'll just press it. And whatever I've meant to be doing, and I find myself doing it has happened. So I do have those encounter. The creepy one that happened was I kept hiring somebody to do my huge SEO, and I don't know how to do SEO. I haven't got a clue. And people kept disappointing me. One day I was sitting in front of my computer, and something just said, keep press that, press that, press that, press that. And I find myself, I was doing it. There's so many things that I have done in my life where I'm like, as long as I don't give up on something. So that's why I'm sharing this, guys. Whatever decision you do, if you say I'm gonna take a break for love, let there be a room for to say, okay, I leave an open mind, an open heart. Or but if it is a there's full of hatred, full of disappointment, anger, there's no room for love to enter, because you wouldn't be able to find that love, true love that you're looking for, if you're holding hatred and anger and all these things. But if you are like somebody say, you know what, I'm gonna go through this healing, and then you go through the healing, you're like, okay, take a break, I'm gonna be single and I'm gonna enjoy my life. But if God decide to change those plans, be open to welcome that love into your life in 2024. Please be willing to welcome that romance that enters your life. Know that you deserve it. And if you're somebody who's single and who really don't know what to do, you feel like, um, you know, um, you feel people have rejected you, and you feel that your relationships has been disappointing after disappointing, or you feel that there is no good woman or good man out there, use this trick. I leave you with this trick. Focus on the healing. Heal your heart and forgiveness. Healing, forgiveness, praise. Find a song that you can sing every day, that can help you to move forward. My song that I love, that I sing, is Do Not Pass Me By. I've sang the song at the age of 8. I loved the song. And I find every time I sing the song, Do Not Pass Me By, in my language it says, Ungangehluli Jesu, yizwa amazwi ami, uma ubabiza abanye, yizwa. So, do not pass me by. So that song is the song that is always in my heart. It's like, God, when you passing through and giving my neighbor a miracle, don't forget there is Nomsa also. When you're blessing somebody, don't forget me. Every single day to me, it's a miracle. I see life as a miracle. So if you change your mindset, it's all about shifting your mindset. And knowing that you're unique, you are in this world for a reason. You are not here just to be disappointed and to go through rejection. Rejection is part of life. I've been rejected myself. I have been go through a relationship that didn't work. I've gone through so many challenges in my life. But there's one thing that makes Nomsa the person that she is today. Is not giving up. I don't give up life. When I'm presented with challenges, I just find the right song in my heart to sing. I find something that brought a smile to my face, which is my children and their dad and my parents. God is always there. I know He's always there. So I'm like, God, I'm grateful for giving me my beautiful children and their dad. I'm so, so grateful. And also the important thing for my breathing. And those are the things that I'm so grateful. Him, He always comes first in my heart. When somebody rejects me or when somebody tells me that I'm not enough, I always know that there's a man unapologetic that loves me unconditional. And I'm not going to give up my dreams because of somebody tells me that I'm not enough, because of the idea of thinking that I'm not good enough for somebody else. But if I'm not good enough for you, I am good enough for me. So it's very, very important to understand that we're all here for a reason. And that reason is we have a purpose while we are here. We should not stop dreaming. We should not stop dancing. When you listen to the rhythm of life, every talk show that I talk, I always say, dance your own song. Dance your own dance. Sing your own song. Singing your own song, it means you know your goals that you have created. You know your destiny. You know where your life is going. You know the rhythm of that song. You know the key of that song. That key, it can only be heard by you. That key of I'm moving forward. I'm not going back. No matter what pain, whatever rejection that I go through, my life must go. Even when life it does not make sense, but I'm going to keep singing anyway. You know that dance, when the music plays, the rhythm of life plays, the dance move are created by you, not Nomsa. Your business, who creates the dance move? It's you. Somebody tells you that the idea is not a good idea. But what does your dance move say? Does your dance move say is good enough? That's all you need to know. Love is like that. Life in general is like that. So you just have to listen to the rhythm of your life. Whether you go to the meetings. When you go to the meetings, you shouldn't feel good because you're wearing a suit. When you're naked in the house, that's when you should feel good. Why? Because it's your body that God gave you. You did not come out of your mother's thing with clothes. Naked, you were naked. You shouldn't feel good just because you're wearing beautiful clothes. Even whatever you wear, you should feel good about it. Because it is the music that plays in your heart. If the music of I'm not enough is the one that is playing in your heart, then life will bring whatever it brings. But if the music that plays is the music that you have decided to play and say, I decide to accept my divine encounter, to accept my miracles, to accept the love that God brings his way. He brings a beautiful woman. You're like, well, I'm the king. I'm single. So I'm gonna get to know this woman, God. I'm gonna go with the flow. I'm gonna trust. I'm not gonna doubt. I'm gonna trust. Confident, I'm gonna just go all in. Into my confidence, I'm not going to put on any personality or anything. I'm gonna be authentic, unapologetic with my imperfection. I'm gonna get to know this girl or the king. I'm gonna get to know the queen or the king. Enjoy life. Life is full of joy, full of laughter. So if you are somebody that has been disappointed in life and you've given love to say, I don't want to love again, maybe give it some second thought and love again. Who knows? You might find yourself in with the Prince Charming or the Queen. Who knows? Life is very beautiful when you allow it to happen, and is full of just joining, but your concluding part touches me. I always feel I can't find who loves me again because I'm the only one loving. God, He helps me, uphold me in Jesus' name. Just you want me to tell you the truth, my brother? Um, you go to MFM with me anyway. So what I will leave you with is there is there's a woman out there for every man. And there is a man out there for every woman. If you don't believe that, just trust. It's what the energy that you bring inside is the energy that comes to you. If you feel that nobody loves you, and you will not find that person that loves you, even if they're around you. But there's everybody for everybody. Everybody. I'm not just saying it. I always say to people, if I was single myself and go out, I shared a story yesterday. There's this girl that I met. She's so beautiful, really, really beautiful. I met her and she's single. And then I looked at her and I said, you're telling me you're single. What is wrong with you? And she was like, confident wise, I've been disappointed. And I just feel that there's no good women out there. I said to her, can you change your story? Can you change the tone of the music that comes into your heart? It's going to be tough, but can you change it? Because there's always somebody out there for everybody. So this girl, what she did, I kept seeing her and I kept motivating her. I kept motivating her. She goes to the gym. So I said to her, you go to the gym. When you go to the gym, do you go to talk to people at all? She was like, no, I don't. I was like, why do you go to the gym anyway? If you're just going to walk in, clock in, go to the treadmill, go and do whatever you want to do and come out, what's the point? Every activity we do, guys, we do it to connect with people. If we go to church, we go to church to connect with God. And when we do connect with God, we tell God that God, I'm single, I'm looking for love, and I'm tired of being single. And I'm tired of connecting with the wrong people. God listens. He might pretend not to be listening. Even when I'm speaking right now, he is listening. And he will send the woman of your dream. So the woman of your dream might not show up how you expect. You know, when there's men that loves women who looks after themselves, really, really presentable. And that woman that looks presentable might not show up that day looking presentable. They might just get up in the morning and say, I need to go and get some milk. But I'm in a rush. I don't have time to change my clothes or anything, and just put whatever that is available out there and just run outside. That woman she's a woman who is amazing, who is educated, who has everything. But when you pass through her that day, that moment, you look at her, you are like, okay, who is this? That's your woman, that's your wife. Or God can just bring an ordinary woman in the physically, that woman she's ordinary. But in the spirit realm, she's the queen. Or her angel is in the third heaven. Her angel is a billionaire angel or is a millionaire angel. But she just need to God just looking for the right guy to connect with her so she can become who she wants to become. There are people in our lives that no one enters our lives for the wrong reason. People enters our lives for the right reason. If you can hold on to that, as how I met my spouse, guys, I always share my story. That's how I met my spouse. When I go out, I have this thing since I was started going out. I cannot remember since I started going out. I don't look for guys. When I used to go clubbing, I talk to the guys, but I will not take my phone number. I don't drink. I never drank before, but I will not drink. I don't go out clubbing, but I used to go out clubbing. But I had this thing where I don't take phone numbers for a guy that is drunk, from a guy that is drunk. I do not go out. Maybe if I go out clubbing, I don't go out clubbing looking for men. I go out to have fun with my friends. So I had this thing in my head. And when I went through my healing, my everything, one day I just went out I had this thing with God, and I said, we had a chat, me and God. I tell God everything that I want in life, and my children and their dad always say, could you please pray like normal people? You know, MFM, we don't do the normal. So they tell me, pray like normal people. I don't. I seek God, or I have a chat with God and I say, God, this is my situation. So in that moment when I was single, I said, God, you know the pain that I've gone through. You know what I've been through. My way has not been perfect. My story ends up the same way. I'll date a guy 7 years later, my relationship goes. 9 years later, my relationship goes. So I was tired of that story, and I said to God, do it your way. And that day, I went out, do it your way. That was the attitude that I had through that year. Do it your way. But in the same time, I knew that I was not going to deny myself to love again. I knew I was open to find that special person. But when I was going out, I'll just go out and have fun with my friends. So I went out one day, and this guy, he was dancing And I just looked at him and I was like, this guy is killing the stage. He's actually destroying the stage, not in a good way. He was like chopping the onions. You know, like Africans, you know how, no offense, but you know some English men, how they dance on stage. So I just was like, I said to my friend, this guy is killing the stage, honestly. So I just went, I looked at him and I was like, seriously, is that what you call it dance? And he just looked at me and he was like, you're on. You want to challenge me? Let's go. And then we dance all night, challenging him all night. And then the guy will not give up, like dancing. He will not sit down. And I was like, go and have a break. It's like he was killing the stage. Like chop, chop, chop. You know, like the music, you have to go with the rhythm of the music. But he was not doing that. He was like chop, 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 chop. And I was like, are you being serious, man? So I was just laughing. The idea, I didn't know that this was going to be my future man. I was like, you are killing the stage. So the poor guy kept asking for my number. Me, I thought he was joking. So I just gave him my number just to shut him up. I knew if I give him my number, he's just gonna go quiet and just keep dancing. And 2 weeks later, I met the guy. He came back again. The guy is so good looking. He's like David Beckham's twin. Very, very good looking. So when he showed up for our first date, he was wearing nice clothes and the shoes were horrible. He was wearing, you know, those granddad shoes from Clark's? He was wearing those granddad shoes from Clark's. But you know what happens in life when God gives you what you ask him to give you, or when God knows your pain, what you've been through. When a woman shows up, they are not wearing beautiful clothes. You're not going to judge them with the clothes. You will judge them based on the inside. I can tell you, no matter how the good looking this guy is, but the looks, it didn't work for me. All I needed to know was what's on the inside of this person? What are his goals? What does he want for the future? And that's what I was interested in. And when we finished this process of getting to know each other, um, getting to know this guy, and when we went on our second date, he actually called me and said, "What are you wearing today, tonight?" And I was like, I am wearing this, this, this. When I described, it was like, okay, I need to go and buy some shoes, some clothes. So I need to make sure that my clothes complement what you're wearing. But because I did not judge him, God knew what kind of a person this guy was. He was a lovely, down to earth person inside. He knew that he was the guy that I had asked him to provide for me. And he knew that I was in the right place. And I did not judge him or anything. All I needed was to know that can we have a future together? And after that, I had made a decision to surrender, stop putting on being an imposter. And I have decided that I'm going to be me. I was no longer going to, when I meet a guy, and talk about my past and use my past excitement as I played football. I did so many things, but I was no longer using my title. When I meet the guy, no, I was like meeting the guy being Nomsa. I was like, he's like, hey, what's your name? I'm like, Nomsa, where do you come from? I was like, South Africa. And I talk about how I love walking with barefoot, how I miss all that African beautiful life. And just talk about how I love United Kingdom. I was just being me. I was no longer wanting to impress nobody. And I just surrendered and said, God, this is who I am. No longer impressing anybody. Anybody that I meet, they have to accept me for who I am. And he did. He accepted me for who I am, and I accepted him for who he is. And 6 months later, this guy looked at me in the eye and said, Nomsa, you're not fake, are you? And I was like, no, I'm not. The reason why he was saying I'm not fake because he has met the girls where I was a few years ago, when I met him, trying to be something that I was not. But when I decided that I was never going to be something that I'm not, I'm just going to be me. And that right person entered my life and they accepted me for who I am, unapologetic. And even him, he noticed that I wasn't, if I wasn't like if I was getting up in the morning, I didn't have makeup on. If it says, Nomsa, I'm in the area, and I come and see you, I just say, yeah, sure, come on. He would just come in and I would just have a laugh. If the music plays, I love to dance. I just get up and dance, honey. I just shake it my booty. Why, like in Africa, how we do things. I just shake it and shake it and shake it. I'm not shaking it for him. No, I am doing it because I love it. And the energy, that thing of being me, it worked. And since then, I never look back. When I meet people, if somebody accepts me for me, but at the same time, your energy has to be in the right place. Your energy. What we bound in the physically, it plays a part in the spirit world. What we bind. So it's very, very important not to believe that you are not enough. Believe that you are enough. What we do, anything that we do when we are here, it happens, it becomes reality. If we change ourselves and say, I'm not good enough, no one is going to love me, or there is no women for me out there, or I'm not enough, or I'm not cut up for this. That's what happens in the spirit. You then have to unchain. You have to unchain yourself. So when the words that we speak, the reason why I'm saying this, guys, is some of you have seen my video. You have heard me talking about Lucifer in recruiting me to join a cult. But because Lucifer is a fallen angel and is also a Satan god, so the people that join the occult, they are Satanism, which means they belong to Satan. So he is a god. So when I refused, that's when I realized the words. When I refused to join to him, it was then he put me on the cross of death. When he put me on the cross of death, he was using the sins of my ancestors, the sins of my parents. It means he played every word that was ever spoken by my parents, negative words, every anger, my ancestors. I come from royal family, which I didn't know. I find out through him when he put me on the cross. Bloodshed. Royal family, there's bloodshed. Dishonest. there is anger, fight, power, people fighting for power, which I had no clue. I thought I was just Nomsa myself, like getting up in the morning every day. I thought I was Nomsa until he put me on the cross. And when I now, pastors are helping me now, they tell me that Nomsa, this is what you have to do. You got to undo everything, which is forgiving. Ask for forgiveness on behalf of your ancestors, on behalf of your parents, for him to let you go. And this is when now I had to challenge him. I listened. That's how I survived. I listened and I had to challenge him and said, I will not die. Something that I did not do. I did it over for a year and then he let me go. When he let me go, his own words, my father's name is Witness. Witness's daughter, you are bonkers, but I like you. Your friend don't know what I do. I'm just gonna have fun with your friends and your family. And he did. Some of my family members, as I speak today, they died because he was torturing them. Some of my friends, my family, their family, they died because he was torturing them. And at the time, I didn't know, I didn't believe it when I hear a speaker saying the words that he will speak, or I listen to a preacher when they're talking. I didn't have a clue what they were talking about. But when I was on that cross, when you can hear when you can, your subconscious mind, if you can hear connect with like if you pray a lot and then you could be able to connect with God, that's when you can hear. That's when he put me on the cross, meaning that I would have died, but I survived. And since that day, I know that every negative thing that I say, it will go and be stored in my subconscious mind. And God, he has it, and Lucifer has it. So that's how it works. So those who say, oh, wow, the celebrity joined a cult, and you entertain them, you hang out with them, or you listen to their music, that means you belong to them in their kingdom, not as a joke. I paid a heavy price, guys. That was 2016, not long ago. I paid a heavy price. He made me feel every pain that my father, every rejection that my father has ever done to every woman, every rejection that my father, my mother ever done, every sin, every mistake. He made me feel it. But because God was there to say, no, she is my child, she has chosen to follow me, so you cannot kill her. That's how I survived. And that's why when I talk, I just talk from experience. I survived. My story captured so many people, so many pastors, but there was one pastor that I decided that made sense. My brother and the other people. There's one pastor that is on TV that is based in London that really helped me to understand. But every pastor that I was connecting with at that moment, because they could see who I was, they just wanted power. They were selling me out. They were selling me out. But until I found people that were willing to train me, to help me, and to help me understand who I was. Lucifer does not just show up on nobody. He shows up where there is a light. And there's so many people that he has taken that they don't know. They're amazing, but they don't know that. So that's what life is about. That's why I'm saying never ever talk yourself out of your blessings, regardless of what. If you are at work, You see that the owner of the company or the manager doesn't appreciate you. It can either you go through that maybe because you need strength. So you yourself have to evaluate that situation, pray about it, or move on. Or if you are single, like you say you're single, and you don't have to feel that you are not enough. Why do you feel that you are not enough is the question that you ask you. If I enter your life, have a relationship with you, reject you, or make you feel that you are not enough, what gives you the right to give me authority over your life? So that's the question that you need to ask yourself. What gives you the right to allow me to give you authority of you agreeing with me that you are not enough? Why would you choose to do that? So you shouldn't have to allow me to change your destiny. That's what I'm trying to say. You shouldn't have to allow anybody to change your destiny. Just because they say you're not enough, then you believe it. You shouldn't have to. It's not an easy thing to do, but this is the one thing that I've learned the hard way. If I didn't go through the occult, because I've had the celebrities talking about occult, and I thought it was a good thing. But when I had so many people, I had 2,200 something people when my brother told me that I've got 200 something gods that they want me to follow them. But because I said no, they decided to punish me with Lucifer anyway. But through that punishment, what I've learned is I have power because every word that I was saying, the gods were listening to it. They don't like rejection, so they want to go. They left. Every words that I spoke, I went to the Bible, and every single day I will say the words that I do not belong to Satan. God died for me. He is the way, He is truth, He is life. He says anything I ask in His name, it will be given to me. And for me, it was me making a covenant with God and saying, God, I want to follow you. I don't want to follow Lucifer. I don't want to follow occult. But at this moment, there is a burden that has been put in front of me. I don't want that. I don't want the rejection in my life. I don't want pain in my life. I don't want to be a woman that when they look at me, they see pain, they see shame, they see guilt. It worked. And I had to mean it inside as well. Whatever you say, you cannot say it because you just want the words to come out inside of you. There's got to be it. You got to live it. You got to walk it. You got to live it. That's the thing that I have learned, guys. I can tell you fancy words or say this, do this, but I made a choice. I really made a choice that I wasn't going to follow him. I was not going to join our cult. And he said, I'll give you 1 million, whatever I'll give you 1 million followers, Nomsa. I'll do this, I'll do this. I said, bugger off. By the power in the blood of Jesus, you have no authority over my life. In that moment, I learned that the words we speak, the emotions, the mindset we allow in our lives, that becomes a reality. So you cannot, if somebody enters your life and tell you whatever they think about you, because only God knows who you are. When somebody enters your life and they tell you what they think about you, now you have the right to tell that person, no, this is what I think about myself. I have done this, guys, it works. I've done it with my children. I ask my children, what do they desire with school? My daughter tells me, this is what I desire. And I just go to God. And I ask for forgiveness. And I bring my daughter before him and I say, here's my daughter. That's what she desires. Could you take over and answer her? Or if whatever I desire, I just pray about it. Or my family members, I pray for them without them knowing. Or my friends, I hear what they want, what do they want in life? I just go to God. If somebody is struggling or my friend is struggling, because what I didn't realize is, like I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter. When I'm praying, I'm not just praying for myself. If there is a friend that is struggling, needs God's touch on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, God will go and touch them as long as they are under my umbrella, or they are under, or like people who goes to MFM, you know how it works. When we pray, we just don't pray. So that's what I didn't know. But when Lucifer put me on the cross of death, it wasn't fun, but now I can greatly talk about it. That's when I realized how the universe works, how the spirit works, how the physical world works. So whatever you do in life, you hear people saying there is no God. God doesn't exist. I was a Christian that was like that as well before, and then things changed. Things changed also how I met, how I found myself with these two people is because of the decisions that I had made as well. I had gone through suffering in life, not knowing my identity. First, I knew my identity, then I decided to be a follower. But then, deciding to be a follower, I lost my identity. But when I was crying out every single day, praying and fasting, wanting to, those who goes to MFM, they know this story. I moved in church and then I went to MFM. I was praying MFM prayers every single day, fasting. And that's when I came, Lucifer entered and said, Nomsa, follow me. I'll make you famous. I'll make you great. But then I love to say I made that choice. I said, no, but I didn't. God was already there as well. So there were two people, him and God. I said no to him, and God already knew my heart. I've always been a big fan of God. I love God. Do Not Pass Me By was my favorite song from a very young age, and Amazing Grace. But that moment, it made me realize actually there's more to life. If somebody comes to me right now and rejects me, I'm like, okay. I'm cool with that because there's somebody bigger than you that loves me. So I'm cool with that. When God entered, Lucifer put me on the cross of death, but God came and stopped him to kill me. So that's how simple I can put it. And I knew I was facing death because every pastor that came to my aid when he hugged me, when he took me, they said, Nomsa, you are dying, but you have a choice. You can decide. And I was like, what? That was it. I could see I was between earth. He made me realize I was between earth and the second heaven. So I was in the two places. I could see what was happening on earth, but walking, I was normal. Talking every day, everything was normal. But I could see that he wanted me to see heaven and earth, between the second heaven and the earth. So I had that choice. But if I didn't have God in my life, maybe I would have chosen him to survive. But I'm glad that God chose me. So I survived. I found three pastors, four actually pastors that dedicated their life 24/7, 24 hours to monitor me, to help me, to pray with me. And hopefully one day, when God decided to call me again, because I know there was a reason why he showed up, why Lucifer showed up. So one day when he decided, I'll remember these pastors that helped me. And the reason why I'm sharing you this is just forget about who tells you that you are not enough. It's a waste of time. I used to get wound up when people tell me, or I go and pitch my business. And I realize that actually when I'm pitching my business, that person is not meant to be in my party anyway. But because I need success, and I'm thinking I need to succeed, and then I allow everybody in my life. Not everybody has to help me with my business. But because of the knowledge, not knowing what is happening in another world, I'm thinking that is my blessing. Or if a man is simple tells me that they don't want to be with me. Yeah. So before Lucifer recruited me, what he did, there was this guy that I met before the father of my children. This guy was handsome. He was good looking. And he just showed up one day and said to me, Nomsa, I am confused. It's not me, it's not you. And I don't want to be in this relationship. The pain, I thought it was real. I thought the pain was real. Until Lucifer showed up, that's when he made me feel that pain. That's when I realized the pain was fake. He was giving me that pain. So the pain that I thought it was real, it wasn't real. I didn't feel pain. But if I knew, I would have said to the guy, that's okay. But at the time, I was so wound up. Why would he do this to me? Why would he waste my time? Who does he think he is? Until when he showed up and showed me that not everything is real in life that comes your way. So not everybody that comes your way, they are real. Sometimes people show up to teach us something and they leave. So this guy was there. I was into personal development, guys, and I was telling myself that I've got this. But then he tested me and put the pain, inflicted me with pain. And when he did that, that's when I realized actually that pain, it was never really. That's why now when somebody says, Noms, I don't want to be with you, or I don't want to hang out with you, I don't feel pain. I'm like, that's fine. I don't get angry with them. Everybody has a right to feel it, what they want to feel. And that's what I've allowed myself. I've allowed to let people go. And I've allowed, but I don't just let people go, guys. What I do is when somebody says, I don't want to be with you, I go to God. And I say, God, what is the story? What is the true story? Can you testify the true story? By me asking God to testify the true story, it means, did this person just leave on their own, or was there something responsible? If there was something responsible, that person will come back and apologize and say, Nomsa, forgive me, I don't know what got into me. So don't ever, when somebody comes to you and tell you that you are not enough, don't just receive the news and just let it and say it's okay. You've got to go to anyone that goes in MFM, you know how to respond. For me, I go to the third heaven. I say, God, this person have said what they want to say to me. But what is the true story? Can you testify? Can the spirit of the truth testify the truth? What's the truth about this situation? Can you answer me? Can you answer my case? And this person, whether if it's a man, let's give them John. Can you answer my case with John truthfully? Answer it truthfully. And if it's not, if that person is not meant to leave, but something has made them leave, they'll come back. Because that means that person has an assignment that they need to do to take your life to the next level. But there is an energy that does not want that person to be there. It wants them gone. So your life stays the same. That's how the universe works. So you have to check everything. When you go to a business, meeting, you want to sign up the deal. You get ready. When you're putting your tie, when you're putting your makeup, you just have to say, God, as I'm going to this meeting today, if you don't believe in God, I'm afraid God is the universe, is the earth anyway. So you'll be talking to God, whoever you think you're talking to. So you just say, whatever you desire for me for this meeting today, if this meeting is going to take my life to the next level, or if this woman that I've met, this man that I'm meeting on a date, if she is my man to take my life to the next level, answer me. Answer my case with this person. Because when God answers, no one can say no. When God says yes, she is your woman, she is your man, no one can change that story. But if you just agreed to every rejection, agreed to every whatever tears and whatever happens, and you just go, okay, I'm just gonna cry, you have to check if that tears is meant for you. You have to check it. I've done it. It works all the time. Some of you had me sharing my story with my daughter. My daughter went to a school. For 2 years in that school, my daughter was being declared as somebody who is not smart, who is not clever. And this teacher from nowhere, she entered the school and helped my daughter. She worked hard for 1 year helping my daughter. And still by the end of that year, she was being declared for as a child who is not smart. But when I gave birth to my daughter, she started talking when she was 8 months. I knew she was different. I knew she was smart. And I testified. I sat down with God. I said, God, this is what I'm being told about my daughter. This is the report that has been written, but this report is not my daughter. Can you go to that school? For me, my own as a mother, that teacher from that school has helped my daughter. My daughter, she is who she is, what I believe that she is because of her. So I'm testifying the good thing that that school has done for my daughter. And what I did, Gary, within a second, I went to the computer, I changed my daughter, I changed her school. When I changed her school, After 2 weeks, she's been in that school. Everything that I've been testifying, speaking to God, those teachers come back to me and said, your daughter, she's amazing. She's smart. If you give my daughter 100 questions, maths, she's 8 years old, she answers it less than 10 minutes. That was the daughter that was declared not being smart. But because I knew how Lucifer worked, I knew how God works now. So I went to God and said, no, I don't believe that. She's smart. And I can testify, go into that school. What I didn't do is I did not think bad. I didn't get angry. I looked at the head teacher. I said, the report that you've written with the teacher is wrong. I'm testifying on my daughter's behalf that you, head teacher, and the teacher that is teaching my daughter have helped my daughter to become who she is, that I believe what she is. Everybody thought I was crazy, but I wasn't. And the school confirmed it. And when my daughter goes for her private lesson, the woman came to me and said, what happened to your daughter? And I was like, what do you mean? And she goes, have you noticed that she answers the questions that I give her less than 10 minutes? And those are over 100 questions. I was like, yeah, because I had testified the truth. And since then, I do that, guys. It works. Both of my children, it works. I just say, God, if my daughter's writing exams, I say, God, you know what my daughter, she's capable, but can you enter when she's writing those exams? Make sure that her true identity is what is on that exams, her true identity. And that's what I do. It happens. Whenever somebody comes in, I don't do the thing that I've left behind. I don't listen to when somebody tells me the rejection. I don't listen to that rejection. I go to God and I find out to God, was that person talking or was that something else talking that wants to put my life to stagnation, to that wants me to believe in rejection. And I have seen, I can tell you, that's why I'm saying, whatever you do in life, make sure that you check it out, whether is it real or is not real. I've had some things, so because of that attitude that I have decided to become, I don't believe that when people are saying they're single, they cannot meet, I can't find somebody that can love me. I don't believe that. And I believe that love comes from within. Once we accept ourselves for who we are, unapologetically, our mistakes, our failures, once you fully accept what you really want. I am a matchmaker, but there are some people that I have matched just by going to their eyes and say, tell me what you want. And they'll tell me what they desire. So I'm like, why are you not getting it? Why are you not finding the love of your life? And they tell me the stories. And then I'm like, why don't you change your story and just, when you go out now, have this mindset? And they all come back and say, sometimes they send me pictures and they get married within 6 months. Sometimes they show me pictures engaged, because we are what we are. We create life that we want. So that's how the universe works. For those who don't want to, who don't believe that you have power to actually choose how you want your path, your destiny to go. You have the power. When I have flu, And that was the other thing that was creepy. We were singing in a Reading festival. And for some reason, I woke up, I had this flu that I couldn't actually, it was terrible. But for some reason, I just went, I'm going to go and sing. So I got up and I got dressed. And when I arrived at Reading Festival, the flu disappeared. And I was like, what the heck is going on? And then when I came home, the flu started again. So that day, so I was like, okay, so I've learned to use my feelings to control the pain. So you can do that. You can, if I say you are not enough, you can either allow that pain to go through to you, or you can reject it. You can look at me in the eye and say, Nomsa, I don't think so. I am enough. Yeah, you can look at me in the eye. People seems to think that communicating with people, you have to fight them, or you can just look at somebody in the eye and say, no, I am good enough, actually. Somebody at work tells you that you're not good enough. You tell them, no, I am good enough. I am good enough. But then it's up to you to appreciate me. Or even in a relationship, somebody tells you that you're not good enough. It's up to you to believe that. You have a choice, either to believe it or to not to believe it. You have that choice. So you get to decide that moment, well, whether are you enough or you're not enough. So you get to decide. So my brother, I've listened to what you were saying about you gave up hope, but you go to MFM. How can you go to MFM and you still don't believe that you are enough? Come on. Come on. There is no Dr. Olukoya's child, the God of MFM, that feels that they are not enough. Cannot be. You are enough. Honestly, you are enough. You are enough. So you just have to believe it that you are enough. If there is a part of you that has ever believed that, you know what, I'm not going to find love, just try my advice. First of all, what kind of a woman do you desire in life? I don't write things down myself, it stays in my head. I write it down first. But once I write it down, it goes into my head, and then it's the picture that I have. It becomes part of my music. What kind of a woman do you want to have? Be honest, answer these questions honestly, write the list. First, you have to know who you want to be, who you are as a person is going through healing. Going through healing, if you are not a Christian, you can meditate. Find the meditation where you can meditate. You meditate every single day, every morning and night. You have to find the audio that you can use, either guided meditation. You can use that meditation and meditate. But when you go through that, there will be bad times and good times. So when you're going through good times, don't blame yourself. You just need to accept that some days are not gonna be how you want them. So meditate every morning. Meditate, read, connect with your goals. Don't get angry with anybody. If anybody comes in because they're having a bad day, let them have their bad day. Don't allow that bad day to come to your heart. If you are a Christian, you go to church. There's one thing that when I said Lucifer entered my life with God, and he recruited me. I said no. He put me on the cross. So what I did, I'm a Christian, but there are books. So now I'm gonna tell you the truth. There are things that a Christian should not be doing. I had to ban my laptop. Actually, I took some pictures. They were like, sometimes I'll go to the studio. I will take some pictures, or sometimes maybe the pictures that I wore with cleavage. I did that. And there's some maybe books, like there are some books that people written for witches and whatever, some books or artists that have confessed being into a cult. If you own their music, their CDs, you need to ban them, get rid of them. Any artist that has come forward in public and said they have joined a cult, that's why depression. So if you are a Christian, I'm talking to Christians, if you are a Christian, you need to ban them. Anything that does not represent God, you cannot go to the bin and throw it away. If you throw it away, it still exists. But when you ban them, ban that, it represents the past. It's in the past. Or any anger. That's why they say anger. Or if you have unforgiveness, go through healing, forgiveness. That's how I survived. Forgiveness, healing, and being aware of my authenticity when I was having bad days, being aware that I'm having a bad day, not making me wrong, accepting that life is a process, healing is a process. So you go through the healing. If you're a Christian, make sure everything that is in your house that represent the kingdom of darkness, ban it. That's how I survived Lucifer. I banned everything that represented him. When I mean I banned everything, meaning the clothes that did not represent the kingdom of God, I banned them. And the artists that I listened, that were saying they've joined or called, but in my subconscious mind, I didn't think it would affect me. I was like, it's their problem. It's got nothing to do with me. Until Lucifer came. When he came, I can tell you they're gospel musician, where I had to go on my knees, where he put me on my knees and made me feel. You know, R. Kelly, I heard his music. He made me feel how he had sex with the children. And that is a sin. That means he had a legal right with me to do whatever he wanted to do. I'm not talking about in the dream. I'm talking about in the real, in the real. But when I realized, when pastors said, Nomsa, look into your house, and when Dr. Olukoya preaches, I looked into my house and I burned everything. And that's how I was free. After I finished burning everything, there's one thing, I'm not going to say it here, that belongs to United Kingdom as well, that I owned it, and I had to burn that as well. But I'm not going to say what it is. But I had to burn it. And then that day I was free. And he showed up. When he showed up, I was in the living room, and I could feel the energy like a squash. You were showing me that if I wanted to kill you, I would have killed you within a second, but God said no. So he said to me, I like your attitude, but your family and your friends, they don't know who I am. They don't know what I do. And that moment, I'll never ever take life for granted. If an artist says they confess of joining a cult, there's so many artists, and some of them are respected one, film star, movie stars, and not even movie stars like There are some millionaires and billionaires that made me feel that I was a big fan of, and people that I was big fan. It took that fun away from me because I had to realize who belongs to who. So he was like, you say you're following God, but you have my people. You're following my people. You are listening to the music of my people. And you are saying you're following God. So I had to burn their CDs. I had to burn my laptop where I had my music, where I had everything there. I had to put it on fire because I was tired of it. So that's how my survival. So that's why from that day I made a vow that I will never ever listen to any negativity that comes to my way. I'll never listen to it. If there is a sickness, um, I'll check it out. If there is a sickness or if I'm feeling really, really low, I check it out. Is that real sickness or is it not? You have to check it out. By checking it out, it means I have to pray to God and I have to just ask for mercy if there is any part of me that needs forgiveness, or if I need to forgive those who have wronged me, because it doesn't mean that I'm perfect. Just because I know what he does, it doesn't mean I'm perfect. So I have to ask for forgiveness. Am I wrong? Some people unknowingly. So I need to make sure that I do that. So that's what you need to do. If you are a Christian, praises, repentance. If you know how to pray in tongues, pray in tongues. If you know how to, if you can fast, fast. The power of fasting and praying in tongue and praises is very, very powerful. Really, really powerful. If you are gifted and you can pray in tongues, or if you can fast, mostly if you can actually don't follow people that don't want you around them, because that energy becomes you, it becomes your identity. So that's my secret that I can share with you guys. That that's how I survived, and that's how I'm surviving each and every day. In my relationship, I used to talk when my spouse does something that I don't like. I used to talk. I used to get wind up, but now I don't. I go and pray to God and say, let his personality show up, the real him. Let it show up for me. Let me show up for him, the real him, not the energy that is not him. If it is the real him, God will show me that it is him, but there is something that he needs to work out. Or if it's me that I need to work on myself, he will show up and show me. But before, I'll be thinking I'll be winding up and fighting with somebody for no reason. So I realized that God is the creator of this world. There's somebody else fights. There's somebody else who says no. So those are the things that you need to remember. And also, it's very, very important to know your past. When I'm talking about your past, your family, who were they? Like myself, I was getting up in the morning, going to work. I know my grandfather, he worked in the office. I knew what he did. I knew my dad, my mom, knew what my mom did. I knew what my family did. But there was one thing that my family knew, that they come from a royal family. And they never think that I needed to know. And that was affecting my life. So you might say single, your life, you're single and your life is not really, but maybe there is a story behind. For me, That was my story. And the story that I find out in spirit with Lucifer and God. And he was like, you don't want to follow me? Fine. But you come from a royal family where there is bloodshed, power. When somebody wants power, they had to get rid of somebody through blood. So I'm going to put you on that. And I'm going to punish you on that. But I had to go through that pain because I didn't know my true identity. And then now I remember my dad. My dad used to tell me, but I used to think that he's just making up stories. That's when I realized that actually, yes, I come from a royal family. In the physically, the kingdom of my family, it doesn't exist, but the throne in the spirit is alive. If I would have been, that kingdom would have been, I would have been a princess. And that's why he was using. But for me, I thought I was just me. I thought I was just me. I just get up in the morning and I'm getting creative and not knowing there was a story behind. So that is the painful thing that people go through life. They don't know who they are. So make sure that whatever you go through life, you find out your true identity, your ancestors. Just find out. Find out who they were. My granddad he died a month ago, but he was still on the throne. But I didn't realize that he was actually representing my family. I didn't know that. So until I realized I realized that actually sometimes we go through problems, but we think they are problems, but it's the past that want us to give it attention. But when I gave it attention, then I realized actually, this is who I am. I had to accept my identity. That was so painful. First, I had to accept my identity. My family left Kenya. My family are half Kenyan and half Nigerian. So during the slavery, my great grandmother, she's come from a white family, so they needed to belong. So when they needed to belong, that means they couldn't stay in the black community. So the king in my family had to buy a land in South Africa to accommodate my family. So and then that's when they left the throne. And then they moved to South Africa. And some of them entered the border gate of Zimbabwe. And at that moment, that was their new identity. No one knows them. They left everything behind. So I still have part that I need to play and see if I have my family left in Nigeria and Kenya. And they had to pretend living identity that was not them. They had to leave the throne, the kingdom. They had to go because otherwise I wouldn't have been born. So that's how they ended up in South Africa. All my life, thought my family, I've got family in South Africa, I've got family in Zimbabwe, but I don't. Then I'm not from there. So when Lucifer put me on the cross, it was like, you don't know where you come from. Until I did some test to actually blood, to actually test, to find the proof. God confirmed it and said, yes, he is right. So I had to go through that forgiveness. I had to go through the pain of my family. I had to imagine my great grandparents packing everything they've ever known, just leaving it behind. So that my great grandmother, who comes from a white family, they can fit in, where they can be accepted. So that's my story. So find out your story. God bless you guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm with Carol Ann. And please, if you want a coaching, please go to my website. Go to my website and sign up if you need coaching, or if you need what do you call it? If you need love, you want to find love, please go to the website and sign up as well. And coaching, that's what I do. The story that I just told you with my clients, we go deep when we do the coaching. Like, we go through the foundation. Those who go to MFM, I've learned so much from the foundation of life, that the foundation of life can affect our present life. But if we don't know our identity, for me, it affected me so much. The day I realized who I was, it was like there was this thing that was being lifted up. Now I know who I am. I don't have to subconsciously. I think somebody in my family needed me to know, or God needed me to know my identity. But because that identity was never revealed, that affected my present life. But the moment I found out, I don't get affected anymore. I have this freedom with my life, with my relationship. I have freedom. I can look at my children and say, that's in your blood. You can be who you want to become. And I can look at myself in front of the mirror and say, I can be who I want to become. Only I need to decide. I need to make that choice. Not anybody else to tell me that I'm not good enough. That story that I don't allow. So I hope you guys don't allow that story. Allow the story that you wanted in your life. Those who goes to MFM, guys, MFM is a place where things are is where dreams are born. It's where marriages are born. It's where characters, minds are created, genius. I wasn't like this until I joined MFM. It's where genius comes from. That is MFM. So my brother, I know you go to MFM, and I've only started. I've only joined MFM, I think, in 2011, 2013. But I just know that it's a place where dreams are born. It's a place where healing is. It's a place where you can't get sick. It's a place where, unless the sickness is meant to be by God, but it's a place where we rejoice. So just, if you go to MFM, just follow Dr. Olukoya's steps, instructions. Fast 2 days a week or 1 day a week. Do your dry fast. Or when they are fasting 20 days, get in. Make sure you are involved. 70 days, get involved. Mana Water, any service that is on online, get involved. And also the prayers, just pray the prayers. That's the advice that I can give you. And it's worked for me. I'm not just like saying it, or it has worked for me. I am who I am today. I found out about my true identity through prayers. I find out that I'm genius. Actually, I'm smart through prayers. Before that, I thought I was an ordinary person. So just follow those instructions. Those who are not Christian, meditate. Meditating, when you meditate, you're activating your winning spirit man. Most of people are walking but in zombies. They're sleeping. It's like they've been hypnotized because of stress at work, the challenges that if people face. So you have to wake yourself up, activate that winning spirit, man. Or sometimes I call myself out. Nomsa, arise and shine. Nomsa, arise and shine. I call myself when I'm praying out loud. And when you're fasting, do all those things. And mostly, I always share this. Call God Himself. You can call Him. Raw power of God to fall upon me now. What do you want God to do? If you want Him to answer you, answer me. What do you want Him to do? Call Him. Raw power of God to fall upon me now. You can do that every day, half an hour. Raw power of God fall upon me now. Raw power of God fall upon me now. Angel Gabriel. Angel Gabriel is the angel that delivered the good news to Mary about Jesus. Ask Angel Gabriel to fall upon you now. Answer. If it is a sickness that you want him to answer, answer my sickness. Answer my originality. If you are somebody who is feeling insecure, don't have confidence, you can ask the raw power of God to fall upon you. Answer your true identity. Ask God to reveal who you are. Who are you? But if you do that, just be prepared for answers that you don't want to hear. Just do that. Raw power of God to fall upon me now. I've had problems where my business is not going. And then I ask him, fall upon me now. He comes and tell me, no, sir, your business is not right because in the spirit realm, you're being denied. The power of slavery is finished in the physical, but in the spirit world, it still exists. And then he shows me the words that I need to speak. When I spoke those words, the powers of United Kingdom that were denying me to enter the gate of my miracle, of my success, they let me go. Every country where you go to, there is a gate in the spirit realm. When you want your blessings or you want your marriage, there's a gate where you need to go and grab your marriage. But if those powers says no, you got to speak up. So God came and I said, fall upon me now. He came and they told me why my business wasn't going forward because I'm being denied as a Black person. So I needed to speak. I got angry. When I got angry, I could feel the ancestors living in the spirit. I could feel them leaving me behind because they knew they do. And it happens. But I didn't know that happens. Me, I was just praying. My pastor, he was saying the reason why things are not going is because we don't have power. So I was like, okay, I'm going to take his advice. I'm going to ask for this power. Here's me coming home. Maybe for 2 months, I went 20 for 2 months. Give me raw power of God to fall upon me now. Until he showed me that I'm being denied. I'm a Black person. So I need to speak up. Tell the powers that are holding me why they should let me go. And then I had to speak. I'm not a slave for white men. I'm not a slave for any ancestors, any powers, strong men. They are called strong men. I'm not a slave of a strong man in the United Kingdom. And then they let me go. That was that. Remember first Lucifer's first part, second part, royal family, third part is a slavery. Now I'm free. So now I can just make my mistake. If I make my mistake, it's my everyday mistake that I make. If I ask God to come to me, He just comes. He shows me that maybe I'm holding myself back because I don't believe what I'm asking for. then I have to work on my subconscious mind. That's what it's about. So there's layers that in our subconscious mind that are there, that are denying us, or maybe it's a limitation that we have, that are there, that we need to remove them ourselves. So you have to do it. Some people do it very easily. They don't have to work hard. But for me, my battle was different. So I had to fight that battle of not knowing my identity. I was living a lie because I didn't know that my family have a kingdom. And I didn't know that. So living in that lie that I didn't know, and in spirit, ancestors don't really care whether you know or you don't. They don't care. To them, you are your own person, and that's where you belong. So that when they say, when they stop you, they stop you. So when God came, when our ancestors were stopping me through slavery, and that's why he said simply, it's a very simple thing, and you need to speak. But when he shows me, he says you need to speak, I don't speak anymore. He speaks on my behalf. The words that I speak is the him that he helps me to speak. When it's time for him to leave, he will leave. But when you speak, it's not you that is speaking. So those words, and the ancestors will respect that and they leave. So that's why I'm saying, if you ask God to intervene in your situation, if it's health-wise, where you want him to answer the health-wise, be prepared to follow the instructions. Don't get scared. Be prepared. Or he might just say, touch. Be prepared. Or he might just show up and say, it is done. Be prepared to accept it. Sometimes it's just acceptance that you need to do. So be prepared without question anything. That's why I'm saying, if you ask him, he comes. Whatever blessings you ask, or if it's money, or you say, God, you know my story, or maybe you want to pay the bills, and you don't have money to pay the bills, fall upon me now. Don't ask for money, answer my story. Raw power of God, if it's money, if it's work, raw power of God, fall upon me now, answer my story. A relationship as well, business, answer my story. Once he answers you, he will do in a way that somebody would just come to you and give you the money without an explanation, and you'll be like, I don't understand. So don't do those things that I don't understand, and trying to find out why this person decided to give you money just like that. He would just do that. His work is very creepy and is very, very amazing. So that's why I'm saying I've created this topic, guys. When he interferes, when you ask God to fall upon me now, or Angel Gabriel, when he falls upon you, Angel Gabriel is an angel that brings good news. It does not bring the bad news. It brings the good news. When you ask Angel Gabriel to fall upon you now, if you're on your computer, you're writing an assignment, and you don't have a clue what you need to write, be prepared to just go on the keyboard and just keep typing. Keep typing. It just does the work. Just keep typing. And don't say, why am I doing this? No. You ask Angel Gabriel to fall upon you now. Angel Gabriel comes and brings the good news. It means if you need some answers that you want, you will just go and start typing. You actually go on the computer, put the computer, and you type the assignment. Before you know it, you're finished. That's how it works. But you have to make sure that you don't have anger, or you don't have any unforgiveness within you, in order for him to come through. Just forgive. If there is any part of you that needs to forgive. And then What's the other thing? Raw power of God to fall upon me. Now, if somebody's ill, sometimes if somebody's ill, if God interferes, he might do creepy things and return them back to where they were. So he's done that with my daughter, where my daughter, she's off sick at school, maybe 2 days, and then all of a sudden she wakes up and she starts singing, like her body goes back to where it was. I'm like, this is creepy. It's a prayer. That's what God does. So when you do that, be prepared. If you follow raw power of God, fall upon me now. And I think this prayer is on YouTube as well by Dr. Olukoya. It's already on YouTube, is in there. So but you can just say the words on your own and believe. You just need to believe. And when it comes to you, you have to be prepared, because he doesn't just he comes, he wants to give you the answers that you want. So be prepared to receive those answers. Or it might just simple, whatever you go through might be simple inside. You need healing inside. So you might get those instructions, what you need to do for healing. Meaning no creepy things. I'm not talking about the healing. God is all about the Bible. Or maybe you are somebody who doesn't read the Bible. He might guide you to go and buy the Bible and ask you to read the scripture, certain scriptures. So don't say, wow, I'm doing creepy things. So that's how he is. That's how he works. And I've learned that the hard way. I used to suffer. I used to worry about things. Now I don't worry anymore. I just ask him if there's anything that I desire, or even if I don't desire anything, I just pray and raw power of God to fall upon me now. I pray my own prayer every single day, and I give him 10 minutes or 20 minutes, the raw power of God to fall upon me now. And that means he will come in. Whenever I need him, he knows I need him. He'll always be closer. The angels of God will come and help me whatever I need. So just do all those things. Anything that you do that is creepy or that is not of God, or you have to do something that's not him. When you call him, Lucifer shows up too as well. So you have to be able to differentiate how God works and how Lucifer works. Lucifer is a deceiver. He deceives people, and he does not do things for free. You do this for me, I do that for you. He will want something in return. So you have to be aware what energy that comes to you as well. The angel of God is straightforward, very, very straightforward and simple. It does not need you to do creepy things. If you are looking for answers with sickness, he will come in for sickness, or he will connect you with somebody that can help you with healing. Or if there's a doctor that is meant to help you, that the doctors will locate you. Somebody will recommend somebody, or if it's the doctor that is meant to help, or if it's just somebody like me that is meant to help you, you will end up, you find yourself looking for my profile to send me a message or somebody else. That's how it works. Very simple and straightforward. Or if it's the love that you are looking for, when you are walking, let's say you don't really want to go to town, but the love of your life is in town, you'll find yourself putting slippers, going for a walk, even if you are not meant to go for a walk. You'll find yourself going for a walk. And then you meet this person. When you meet this person, then you will know, go back to your prayer, remember what you've been asking God to do, even in your heart. You don't have to say out loud. But if the desire to change, to find love, you can call him out in your heart. Come. But he just wants you to be his child. That's all he needs. God bless, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. I've got to go. got things to do.